Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR. And we've got a new addition to the room. We've got a little candy pail of Carl the Cupcake. There, Glitch Wrap is still there, being a bitch. I feel like I'm offset for some reason. I will maybe adjust myself. Okay. This should be fine. Make sure everyone, like our moderators, know that I'm live for real this time.
I will.
And also make sure, if you can, to have the stream pulled up on a phone with headphones or whatever, so you can do an audio check as I go. Because once again, a little bit harder to manage stream when it's in VR. But anyways, we're gonna click the button in the pail because it's time for a loading screen. It's time for a loading screen.
Loading simulator.
Yeah. 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 I did not think it was going to take this long to load. Otherwise I would have done it ahead of time. Curse of Dreadbear! Waiting for a lightning strike. There we go. That way you can actually see me not live. There it is. There's the better one. Curse. And very loud, at least in my ears. I don't know how it is on the stream.
It'd be nice if you showed up on my phone. OBS says you.
Just go to my channel.
I did.
I don't like that. Sorry about the I apologize for any technical difficulties. It's weird like that. Whoa, Jesus. Okay. dashboard shows that it is.
Keep in mind that this DLC pack is nothing more than a festive holiday-themed add-on, which has absolutely no hidden intent or purpose. So, have fun.
That might be because I somehow had it set to private. That's dumb.
That explains why it's not showing up.
I set the previous one to private after it was already posted as a video, trying to post it as a video. So I must have just synced it to the new thing of the exact same deal. So I apologize for that.
Hey, now it says you're live.
Yep. Alright. Garrett,
Yes, sir.
this is the least professional stream that I've done all year. Thanks.
I guess it's early.
Jack.
It's not my fault. You guys said private.
Okay. Here's the series of events
Shut up.
that he's
Shut
not
up.
wanting me to talk about. Alright. So, moments ago, I had him go to manage broadcast in OBS and set the stream properly. And instead of hitting select broadcast, he hit select broadcast and go live. And start broadcast. I didn't want to start immediately. Like, we still needed to check audio sources and all that. I just wanted to have it done ahead of time. So because he did that, I went on my phone and privated the small video clip stream that is literally just me saying, "Don't start now," and him shutting the stream down. Somehow, me turning that one to private set the one that would be coming next as defaulting private. So that is why it did not show up live at first. That is why we are in this scenario now. So it's Garrett's fault. Alright.
On that note, hey guys, welcome back.
Yeah, motherfucker. Alright. So we've got Danger Keep Out, which is a twist on Five Nights at Freddy's classic. We've got Hallway. We got Spooky Mansion Hallway, which is no, I'm not doing it. Garrett, if you want to give it a go, you can, but I refuse. Build a Mangle, which you basically just have to construct a monstrosity animatronic, and if you don't do it right, Mangle kills you. So you're not really building a Mangle, you're just building something like Mangle. Trick or Treat. Yeah, ring the doorbell, you watch them run around the house or whatever, and you have to wear the Halloween mask of the animatronic that you think that's going to open the door. If you get it wrong, you die. You have to do that 3 times. Dreadbear, you have to build a brain for Dreadbear, which is the one I might do first. But I'm going to look at the other things real quick. We started with Afraid of the Dark, which has Plushkin Patch, which is a big nope, because that thing... God. Alright. Pirate Ride, which we will almost definitely do. I'm not sure I'm going to do the Easter egg route of it. Mostly because I just want to have a fun little shooter thing to break up the, the spookiness of everything. And then Corn Maze, which... if I build up the courage, I'll go in the ring with the Grim Foxy. Yeah, let me go back to Danger Keep Out. So let's start with Dreadbear. This is going to be a simple, fun, little mini game. So, hopefully. Like, Death is very much a possibility if I get this wrong. But I believe in myself.
He gonna die.
There's a lot of loading screens in this one.
There's a lot of games in it.
It's a lot of game.
It is. Yeah, you were playing Beat Saber earlier, and the only thing I could think was, started with Guitar Hero, and now look where matching color games have gone.
Welcome back to Research and Development. Today, we are using science to pervert the mysteries of life and reanimate the inanimate. To begin, it is customary for the creator to give a melodramatic speech.
No.
Go on, I'll wait.
No, because I know you're an asshole.
All done? Good job. Now let's wake our little experiment with a controlled shock. Turn the crank to lower the platform, then throw the switch. Throw the switch. It's alive, but lacking the necessary control module, namely the brain. So let's calibrate one. Use the laboratory tools to adjust the brain's vital characteristics. Use the blueprints as a guide for matching the correct colors, size, and neurofeedback loop. When you are satisfied, carefully place the brain in the creature's animatronic head cavity.
Read the green, pale green. It goes. That's not the canary, is it? That's not the... Alright. I'd very much like to get the right color on the first go, you know? Why did I do that? I don't know why I keep...
What happened?
I don't know. I was just about to do the last color and then I was going to do the brainwaves. So unless you gotta like fucking speed run the bitch or some shit. I did everything at a reasonable place. Don't look behind you. I know who's behind me. It's Grim Foxy. Hi, buddy. You stop me laughing. You was an asshole. I wasn't. You respect the fucking property. And And you get some goddamn patience. I was doing things at a normal human pace. Actually, the only thing that was hindering me was the fact that it didn't want to select the right color a few times, even though I jabbed the right goddamn color. You're just laughing that you were my first jump scare in this game.
AJ says hi, Dreadbear, loud as hell.
Yeah, he's a yelling boy. And then there's over there the glitch tombstone. I'm going on the pirate ride. You make me mad. You know who doesn't make me mad? Captain Foxy. Captain Foxy don't make me mad. He's got a fun ride for me to go on. And I get to enjoy myself. Once I get back to the thing. There we go. Hey, there you are, right there. We're doing that one now. I'll get back to Dreadbear. I'll get back to Dreadbear before anyone says anything. I'll get back to Dreadbear. He's an asshole and he can wait.
Let's be honest, this is the only reason you wanted the DLC.
It's a very big reason, to be honest. It's just a fun game, and I like out of all the scary things, there's just a fun little game. Yeah, you can do a scary run if you hit a certain little sign and flip Helpy around or whatever.
Hey, Alyssa.
If you hit a little sign and flip Helpy around, you can go on a different path that takes you down creepy corridors with animatronics that can kill you. But this one,
welcome aboard Captain Foxy's Pirate Adventure! You can help me with this here adventure by shooting the targets with that there hand cannon. Do your best, or I'll send you to Davy Jones's locker. For your safety, keep your hands inside the ride at all times, or you'll end up like...
there's no penalty for spamming.
Ahoy! Set sail for treasure! Batten down the hatches and storm the ruin!
If you do them all in a thing in a quick enough manner, you get to do them all again.
We no more. It bleeds a rabbit.
I hit that one right at the end.
Take that, you scurvy mongrel.
It is fun, at least this game mode.
Fire in the hole!
This one's the most fun minigame in the whole game. So if you wanted to get the game and the DLC just for this, I couldn't say it worth the whole price of admission. Hello, Kraken. Can't really say that it's worth the full price of admission at that point if you're just doing it for one minigame. But it's definitely a fun game.
Ghost pirate!
Oh, crap. Could have sworn if you hold down the trigger, it would let
The real treasure was
friendship all along.
Happy birthday!
Not my birthday.
Now, let me help
I'm a scallywag. And that's it. There's more to it if you wanna, if you know what you're doing. But
There we go, AJ. That should make the volume a little bit better. He said it was a little hard to hear him over the game.
I apologize, but the microphone has to be away from me, otherwise I'm gonna smack it. So. Oh yeah, almost forgot about this. Oh, that's fucking bad.
Eat it. Oh.
It's rotating on my face. I can see it. Alright, well, we're just gonna set that down like that. Okay, bye! Bye bye! That's not how physics work. Bye bye! Bye. Okay, you just keep on going. Oh, now you're spinning again. Top-notch gameplay.
AJ says, yeah, it's understandable. VR with mics can be troublesome.
The darts are more weighted. Oh no. I won't be able to get that one. Damn you, real floor. Curses. Should give me more. Should have went for one on the ground. I shouldn't have went for a long shot before ever throwing one of those before. You're just still spinning. 10 out of 10 gameplay. Physics so real. Okay. We gonna continue.
Dude, the realism is so real.
Dude, these snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Basically. The FNAF equivalent.
These physics feel like physics, man. What else can we do here? We could try Dreadbear again. We could try Danger Keep out. Or we could try the corn maze. But
Alright, with everybody watching right now, if you think he should do something like super scary, say so now.
or if you want Garrett to hop in the hot seat, that is also an option.
Okay, well apparently that's not a good idea because I said that you lost 2 viewers.
Well, that.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Why would what?
I don't know, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna try Dreadbear again real quick. If the syringe behaves itself, I might actually fucking do it, you know.
Oh, sorry, you gained this viewer.
Well, don't be lying to me then. Jeez.
I have my phone far away. It's a small screen, alright?
It's tiny screen.
Just because your phone could eat my phone doesn't mean that.
Nom, nom, nom.
Welcome back to Research and Development. Today, we are using science to pervert the mysteries of life and reanimate the inanimate. To begin, it is customary for the creator to give a melodramatic speech.
Oh, you don't
Go
have to keep
on,
breaking it.
I'll wait. All done? It's alive, but lacking the necessary control module, namely the
run that shit.
It's the only way to do it. Because Mr. Impatient Ass over here. Alright. Made sure the colors matched. I made sure the brain was size 7 like it. Oh, it might have. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. In my hurry, I mistook the target size and the current size of the brain as opposites. So it was at a 7 when I started. It was needed to be at a 4. I thought it was at a 4 and needed to be at a 7, so I made sure to look at the little display at the bottom to check and see if it was a 7 or not, instead of verifying on the screen and then realizing my folly. I just skimmed it over because, like, oh, that's probably going to be just rush and do it. I got the colors right. I painstakingly got the vibrations right. But I had the numbers for the size swapped. I'm just gonna walk away from that. Just gonna walk away from that. I think I might do some regular mode like stuff.
Okay.
83. The bite of 83. Alright. Just checking some stuff out. I don't think there's a... Yeah, I don't think there's a hard mode of any of this. Don't know why they put it there. They actually put a candle in the jack-o'-lantern. And then, let's put this. Back to the grind. I like how there's even more candy than there was before. Glitch trap, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, glitch trap. No one wants to hear you go raw, 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 raw. I'll raw, raw to you too, buddy. No. Lemon cheek cover. Wrapper and it's a squirmy. Let me be honest. I wish I could get like a full. I wish you could wander around the pizzeria, like go down the hallways. Cause this is the FNAF 1 location that I'm sitting in. If you go down that hallway or that hallway, and then if you go down that hallway or that hallway, you get down to the security office that you sit in FNAF 1. So, I wish I could just free roam. That'd be nice. I could... Oh! You can't get any lower? You can't make me go any lower? Oh. Cannot sit any lower? That's some bullshit. You can make yourself tall. Now look down upon it. I'm having way too much fun with this. You got a nice little... Right now I'm just messing around with shit.
You're good. AJ asks, are you planning to play the Security Breach DLC when it comes out?
Yes, but I intend to finish my Let's Play of the main game first. So if it drops before I'm finished, I'm going to finish first, and then I'll get right to it.
I don't know what you were talking about while I was in there, but he goes, I think someone recreated it in Gmod at some point. I don't know how accurate it is, though.
I don't want to walk around it in Gmod. I want to walk around it with and see it with my eyes, like this. Like, I am sitting in the dining room, the main dining area of the FNAF 1 Pizzeria. And I want to walk down those halls. I want to walk into the security office. I want to look at all the different rooms. I want to see the kitchen. I think everyone wants to see the kitchen. No one's ever seen the goddamn kitchen before because the goddamn camera's up. Maybe he's guarding it. Are you guarding the kitchen, Glitch Trap?
Nah. He's in the parts and services area.
I'm keeping my eye on you, bitch. Well, actually, not really. You're not going to do anything. There's only like one tape that's been collected, or two.
Two, I think.
Two. Yeah, you're only 2 tape manifestation. You can't do shit.
Do you want me to start collecting?
No! I need you to stay like that forever.
True.
I don't feel like my digital mind transfer is a real life manifestation of digital characters to be going on in this place. No. Fuck off. And fuck off.
AJ says, true, it would be nice to see how it is supposed to look within the canon.
Yeah. I mean, you get a glimpse.
Well, then again, what the fuck is canon anymore with this series? besides a pizzeria and killer animatronics?
Well, let's go down that rabbit hole down, shall we? Being said, okay, I am perfectly fine with having a segment of any Five Nights at Freddy's VR stream just be chit-chatting about lore and canonicity. We had one last stream. We could have another one here. It's fine because I like talking about this a lot more than I like subjecting myself to the horror of it.
I think AJ liked my point. He said that's a very, very good point.
That is a very good point. But as far as we know, that the quote-unquote rogue indie developer was paid by Fazbear Entertainment to make said games, the likeness of said pizzerias should be pretty spot on, I would think. So, based on that assumption, I would say is a decent, or presumption. I'm presuming it, and not assuming it. This should be a fairly accurate representation of the FNAF 1 pizzeria.
Question.
Yes.
Alright, so I've been listening to a lot of conspiracy podcasts, so you ready for one?
Alright.
What if this is the game that was made by the rogue indie developers and thrown in there to throw you for a loop? And canon-wise, this is the game that's actually within the games.
No. Okay, you are partially right. You are partially right. This is indeed not a rogue indie developer, one of the rogue indie developer games within the games of the lore. This is a game within, like, a game in the lore, but it is made by Fazbear, by two separate game studios, both licensed by Fazbear Entertainment LLC, which overtook from Fazbear Entertainment Incorporated, which was dissolved at the end of FNAF 6, the prior game. So this is to make light of the rogue indie developers' games. Because this is the game that establishes the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 5, at the very least, are creations of a quote-unquote lunatic lawsuit pending. So, FNAF 1 through 5 are called out in this game as being games made by a rogue indie developer, which Fazbear Entertainment actually hired to do that to make light of the situations, to cover up, and then they used this one to discredit those because people were starting to actually believe them, which is not the intended purpose. So they decided that they were going to step in themselves and have a cover-up for their cover-up. This is what that game is. And the game we are playing is the beta testing of the second studio developing this cover-up game for Fazbear Entertainment. In fact, we're playing as Vanessa, the security guard from Security Breach. Because this is how she becomes Vanny-ified. Or, if the Vanny and Vanessa are two different people theory is to be believed, we are the assumed twin sister of Vanessa that becomes Vanny. I don't know if she has a similar Van name, like Vanea or something like that. I'm not slapping theories out. I'm just saying, I'm just working off of one that already exists. So let's say the Vanny and Vanessa are two separate people. The theory is correct. This is the one that is Vanny that is playing this game. We are playing as Vanny. Regardless of whether or not we are playing as Vanessa or as an alleged twin sister that is Vanny. Because I'm gonna hop back into the DLC. Mainly just to have a visual point of our talking segment. that hopefully is not an eternal hourglass in the corner of the screen.
AJ said, please, ... No. This is Fazbear's attempt to cover up what the indie dev did.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which I know that, but like I was just like trying to piece together some things. And...
Yeah, but we are playing as whoever Vanny is in Security Breach. So as you see in front of me, there is the Corn Maze minigame. This is very, very important to the lore. If you play it as you initially would think, you won't get anything. There's no lore there. But if you play similar to the pirate ride, you have to do it. You have to play a certain way to unlock more. Not saying pirate ride has any lore specifically. It just has callbacks to the old games or whatever, which is nice. Cool Easter egg. But the Easter egg that it's in Corn Maze is actually visible on the main icon here. That trap door, the cellar door, per se, that is behind Grim Foxy. If you collect one key in the maze, you can go to that corresponding gate and leave the maze. You win. That's fine. Most people will do that. There's nothing wrong with that way of playing. However, however, if you collect all 4 of the colored keys, a glitched purpley 5th key will then spawn. If you then collect that key and make your way back to the original starting point in the center, which is shown right here in the icon here, the cellar door will be open and you can go inside. But here's the catch. Unless they patch this out, to add a level of difficulty in getting to this Easter egg, once you hear the cellar doors open, you can no longer hide behind the cardboard cutouts from Grim Foxy. If you do, the cellar door will close, and you will have to make your exit the normal way and get nothing out of it except for a really long corn maze gameplay. Once you are in the cellar, you will find a wooden, crudely made mask that bears very striking resemblance to, because it's the first rendition of Vanny's bunny mask. If you beat the game in its canon way and obtain the glitch trap plushie that sits at the side of the table when you're in the other HUD, and you wear the mask, you can hear a one-sided conversation from Vanny saying that she made it, she will do as she's told, blah blah blah, all that. I don't remember the exact lines, it's been way too long. But that confirms that the person that you are playing as is Vanny. So, there's that connection. Another part, we could talk about some things that weren't canon and were stated by Scott to be non-canon that became canon. Nightmare On, the Nightmare puppet, was an additional character that was introduced in the Halloween update or Halloween edition DLC, similar to this DLC, of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which the FNAF 4 house is right over there on that hill, just in case anyone was wondering. If you play it, you'll notice that Nightmare On is there, but Scott specifically said that Nightmare On is not canon, but Nightmare Balloon Boy was, and I believe Nightmare Mangle was also not canon, and of course, yeah. I don't think Nightmare Mangle was canon, and obviously Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie, are not canon as well. But, weren't. then this game came out and redefined everything that is and is not canon. I keep hearing something, and I know that there's a thing that does happen animation wise through here. So if that does happen, I will stop everything and look at it, so everyone has a nice little treat. But okay, back to what I was saying before our noise interruption. The canon was all flipped on its head because everything that was non-canon from the games was then made canon because the games were made as canon. Like, okay. The games became games in the canon, so thus for all their contents were overall story canon. So Nightmare On, Nightmare Mangle, and the Jacko animatronics may not have been canon to their game, but because those games are now an entity inside of the larger game universe, everything inside of them is a canon to the story. Whether or not it's canon to that game or not. So now Nightmare On is in this game. They even made Grim Foxy, which is like a jack-o'-lantern version of Foxy, which is a new thing. I believe in Danger Keep Out, the Jacko-animatronics are the ones that are coming after you. So those are in the game. Nightmare Balloon Boy is in one of the mini games in the base game of this game. So he was already canon, but now it's more solidified that he's canon. So all of that proves that those games have been translated to be made light of. So now it's all canon, but at the same time you don't know what's actually story event canon and what's game, basically a theory-based or like muddied, watered history game lore canon. So, in other words, Scott Cawthon is probably the most like crazy story writer of our time, or something along those lines. Let's get you some candy. Right. So now all that is the story going forward. So when you get to Security Breach, which, as you should already be aware, I'm currently doing a playthrough of on my channel. It was brought up earlier. At the very beginning, at the end of Rockstar Road, there's some cardboard cutouts referencing this game that references the old games. So like that's still like the whole thing of like, oh, the spooky past of like the things that are made extra spooky by the games and from the indie developer, and also made light of in this title, the full release of the Freddy Fazbear Experience. Not meaning this, the actual game we're playing in the real world, because, you know, that's a whole thing. Basically, it's all referenced in the Mega Pizzaplex and stuff like that. So, like, the fact that they're all still treating this like one big joke, like, ha ha ha, there was a serial killer. Nah, there was no serial killer. You guys are silly. You want some spoopy attractions and crud? You like horror stuff? That's cool. Like us for that. And then they have that stuff. But, yeah. And the fact that, like, okay, we all know that that Security Breach takes place in this canon's real world. So the fact that animatronic parts and stuff like that from the old games are in cases and in the scary blob monster underneath the Pizzaplex. Spoiler alert, by the way. There's a scary blob monster. But, it's okay. The impact on the story is more just like an emotional one than like something a revelation kind of thing. So it's not. I'm probably not even gonna do that ending in my playthrough, so don't even worry about it. But the fact that all those animatronics parts and stuff are present in this canon's real world means some validity to, i.e., the floor plan of the pizzeria in the main part of this game, and so on and so forth. So, and the fact that they recreated the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3 locations means there's some validity to those floor plans and layouts as well. Okay. With that said, I'm gonna pick something in the main game to play. No. Sure. He's not in the first night, so I might as well get that one out of the way. I guess I'm pretty sure he's not in in Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
AJ says, I kind of want to see the movie and see just how much it reveals about the lore. And it's been pushed back so many times. Wouldn't surprise me if it got canceled. And then he said Blob Monster.
Yes, Blob Monster. Okay, so if this is to be believed, there should not be a spring trap in this building.
Shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't.
But is it?
No, sure. Don't think so. Okay, 4 a.m. I don't think he's here. The call says that he's not here. Like, it's a call that it doesn't say that he's here yet. But yeah, basically, I do hear noises like that. I do like the attention to the shitty like ceiling and all that. Like, it does look like a decrepit place, like it's supposed to. And I really like the window, and like I've seen windows like that with the grid going in before, and like that. That's actually really cool. It looks very nice, and the reflections on it are nice.
AJ says FNAF 3, if I recall, is pretty easy compared to some of the other ones because it's mostly Springtrap you have to worry about.
Yeah. Well, it's only Springtrap you have to worry about. The Phantom animatronics will jump scare you, but you don't get killed by them. They just they just speed along Springtrap's arrival by knocking out some of your systems. Which I don't know why the Phantoms. Oh God. Why is your tail like that?
Why is your tail like that?
I don't have a tail. Look at the is that a crease right there? What the? I've never gotten to take like a close look at the FNAF 5 models. But you can like literally see the little endoskeleton thing, like the little wiry endoskeleton in them. So that's disturbing. That right there is disturbing. That is a springy ass. Yeah. I think these little statues are neat. Like, they're very creepy and how accurate they are. But then again, they're just shrunken down game models. So it's really easy to make an action figure in a game where the life-size things are roaming around. You just take that CAD file and you just smush it down, and then you got a hyper-detailed figurine. But yeah. Bonk. Can you eat it? No. Some you can, some you cannot, and this is one you cannot. Alright, let's set you there. There you go. Boop. Alright, FNAF 3 was obviously one of the easier ones. They had one animatronic. I actually, back on in an old group channel that I had ran, there was one episode that was done on Five Nights at Freddy's 3. It's lost to time, unlisted, private, I don't know, it's gone, I don't know. There was no jump scares in it, so he survived first night and the second night, with pretty much not even seeing Springtrap the second night. So Springtrap arrives on the second night because Phone Dude's like, hey, we found one, a real one. I just was curious whether or not that was the case, that he was actually going to be there in the first night in this one, because they muddled with the mechanics of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, with the fact that you're not jumbling all of the animatronics. Pretty sure you're just jumbling the toy animatronics / Foxy. So they muddled with that of gameplay. So I figured they might muddle it because like it's not really a scary experience or whatever in a VR title for a game that you've already like you probably went through all of these and all of these before getting to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So you're already well established with the survival of like there's an animatronic or more after you. So having that soft beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 being translated into this, it's unnecessary. I like that they did it because of the accuracy of it, but I'm saying they could have gotten away with not doing it. I wouldn't blame them if they didn't do it. I'm just saying kudos to them for doing it. Are you... Okay, we don't have Glitch Trap right now, so that's nice. We don't have him peering over...
AJ asks, which animatronic do you hate the most?
Roxanne Wolf. I hate Roxanne Wolf.
Is that just like currently?
Yes.
Or overall?
Overall, she has made it in a few short, not so short, in a few streams, she has rise to the top of my shit list. She has skyrocketed to the top of my shit list. I fucking hate her. I was expecting the, like, what's your favorite animatronic question. I mean, he's free to ask that, and I will answer that if he does ask that. But unless he does, I'm not gonna say it. Even though I'm pretty sure you already know it. Don't say it. You already know it. Pretty sure.
AJ says she really is a bitch. Insecurity breach. AJS, what is your favorite animatronic?
Foxy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he likes to get yiffed by the fox.
I do not like to get yiffed by the fox. I just like Foxy. I actually have a Foxy plush.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that.
I also have a Grim Foxy plush and a Dreadbear plush, but those aren't as important. They're nice little decoration pieces.
You also have a Mimic.
I also have a Mimic, but that is at Logan's place. Still, somehow.
For some reason.
For some reason, my little Mim Mim, or whatever, is still not home.
But Techie is very much the,
I like merchandise. I think it's cool. I used to have a Five Nights at Freddy's hat that got, that one got very, very damaged, so I had to let it go. But it had Five Nights. It had Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and the core four on the front, on the top front, and then I think it had pizza and stuff like that design all over the bill. I liked it. It was nice. It was a flat bill. I like flat bills. So, yeah. That was nice. What else do we have here? How long have we been going?
About an hour and some minutes.
Okay. Okay, right there. Last stream, AJ, we debated about whether or not Sister Location was included in the indie developer games that were made fun of by this game. Right there proves that Sister Location was included, and at the same time that also includes Five Nights at Freddy's 4. The bedroom from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 with an animatronic from Sister Location. So, there's that.
So basically everything but Security Breach.
No. Ultimate Custom Night, I do not believe what is... Yeah. Ultimate Custom Night was made just before this, and it itself is interpreted as William Afton in Purgatory, being tortured for the rest of all eternity for his wrong deeds, driven by Cassidy, the vengeful spirit that resides in Golden Freddy. So I don't know how that would be made light of or anything like that. I don't know. I think that just might be assumed lore within a Ultimate Challenge game. So it's Ultimate Custom Night. It's its own thing. Pizzeria Simulator, aka the 6th game, is not. I believe that takes place in the canon's real world.
AJ says, I think UCN is canon in some ways.
Yeah. I believe it tells a story that kind of I don't know. When a character is dead or presumed dead because Springtrap / Scrap Trap / Burn Trap or whatever, the animatronic form of William Afton and what remains of William Afton,
Not a lot.
allegedly he was burnt to a crisp in Pizzeria Simulator. So I feel like the overarching story isn't really impacted by the fact of William Afton was in hell / purgatory getting tortured by Cassidy. You could establish that's what happened after he got burned in the 6th game. Sure. But the fact that Mr. Not in the corridor right now, but would usually be there, Glitch Trap, which is a digital manifestation of his consciousness, and the fact that in Security Breach, Burn Trap is a thing,
AJ says FNAF 6 is canon as it's what shows FNAF going from INC to LLC.
Yes.
They really need to stop burning him. It doesn't work.
Yes, but in the books it establishes that the remnant or the life force that possesses the animatronics is dealt with in the most readily manner with heat/fire. So that's why they keep trying it. It's like, this is supposed to work. He's just a really strong-willed ghost. He's just really, really fucking determined to stay in existence. But it's okay. They tried setting him on fire again. But burn trap is a thing and security breach. So I'm not going to go into details of that because I don't know how much Garrett knows, which is probably not a whole lot of that one. So I'm trying not to be super spoilery from that. I know the game's been out over a year, but he's trying to have some sense of freshness when he gets to it. But it's whatever. But burn trap is a thing. But more importantly, where is burn trap but the location of the pizzeria simulator? If you upgrade it the certain way and put the stage the certain way and have all this stuff like that, it's like, okay, there was always like pizzeria simulator. You design a somewhat limited but customizable pizzeria. Well, a specific configuration of said pizzeria is the pizzeria that you find later on. So that one specifically is canon, and thus for the events that happened there and Henry's plan that fulfilled through there is canon in the canon's real life and not in the canon's games canons. So like it's separate. So Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, and sister location are Scott's characters' games that he made to, like the whole thing. And then Pizzeria Simulator is canon, is in the canon's real life. The Ultimate Customite is in the canon's afterlife, I guess. And then this game is, like, the contents of the game are a beta that is being tested by a person in the canon's real life. And then Security Breach takes place in the canon's real life. And that's Five Nights at Freddy's, everybody. That's the story. What? That's the lore. The lore. But yeah. There's a whole lot of details. There's a whole lot of like this, that, and the other in between. There's people getting scooped, maybe, because that's a part of the game, within a game's thing. And then, like, there's Freddy Spaghetti getting puked up in a storm drain, shit like that. There's a whole bunch of crazy shit. There's animatronic children that Gregory may or may not be. So, you know.
Been going for an hour and 10 minutes.
Alright. I think that's gonna wrap up the stream. Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot of the mini games, but I think we had a nice chat. And we talked about at least what I think is canon and not canon, or what has been established as canon. I'm not going into the intricate theories like the Game Theorist channel or FNAF or Daco does, but I watch those three channels pretty regularly when there is theories and stuff to be made. So I try to keep up with the lore. I try my best to figure out what fits and what doesn't, but yeah.
It's a cluster.
It is a big cluster, and I commend Scott to like some very complex storytelling. But with that, we're gonna go. You still doing FNAF 1 tonight on your channel?
Probably not tonight, 'cause it's
Okay.
getting late and I'm getting tired.
Alright, fair enough. I didn't want to go too long, but I also wanted to have a decent amount of content, so I don't know. It's whatever.
No
So-
complaints. No complaints.
All right.
This is our entertainment business, anyways.
If you like the video, I need you to boop the like button on the nose. If you're new and haven't done so already, tickle the subscribe button and ring the bell next to it to know that it's done. Good job. Make sure to check out the links in the description below. You can check out Garrett's Twitch channel. You can check out my social media. If you want to help support the channel directly via donation, the option for Cash App and a cash tag to send Cash App donations to is also in the description. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.